Yeah, Burton here.
Oh, Mr. Burton. Rusty Santel. I assume Mr. Cousins has mentioned me.
Yes, of course, Mr. Santel. Jeez, you know, I feel like I know you already, even though haven't had the pleasure. Listen, maybe next time you're in New York, we could work it out.
Tony. I may call you Tony?
Sure.
Tony, we will never have that pleasure of meeting. Part of the plan is that we will do business strictly by the phone, eh?
Oh, hey, listen, that's all right with me. You're the boss.
I'm glad you understand that.
Well, of course. You want to be a man of mystery, who am I to stand in your way?
Well, good. Now we can get down to business. I want you to contact Liza Santel and ask...
Listen, I think I'm one step ahead of you on that one. I've set everything up for January 4th. No problem. I'll make sure that Liza...
Tony, try not to talk when I'm talking. Otherwise, you might not get the instructions correctly, huh?
Oh, well, sorry, No, go ahead.
I have your undivided attention, huh?
Yeah.
I want you to contact Liza Santel today. I want her in New York City by tomorrow. Understood?
Tomorrow? Well, what kind of an excuse can I give at the last minute?
Tony, I'm sure you'll think of something. Mr. Cousins assures me that you're a man of many resources. I hope I was right to take him at his word.
Well, yes, of course you were. It's just that this is a very difficult time, you know, with the holidays and everything. Listen, it's just that it's kind of dead here right now. To tell you the truth, I really don't know what I could cook up right now. Listen, if you just give me to January 4th, it's no problem.
Tony, forget the 4th. I'm not interested in the 4th. I want Liza Santel in New York City tomorrow. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. I sometimes like to move the game ahead. It's the prerogative of the man who pays the bills, isn't it?
Yes, right you are.
Well, then, you'll call her as soon as you hang up, eh?
Yes. I've got her number right here in front of me.
Good. I will not be disappointed, will I, Tony?
No, you can count on me, Mr. Santel. Liza will be here tomorrow.
Good. And goodbye.
Goodbye.
This is Search for Tomorrow.
Got a minute?
Oh, I hope you're on a break. No special privileges around here for anybody, not even the son of the owner.
No, I got 10 whole minutes before I have to get back to the studio. And I'm on my best behavior. I figure it's the least I can do my last week here.
What do you mean your last week here?
You want an explanation? Read that.
The letterhead is certainly impressive. I haven't ever had a letter from the police department before. Are you in some kind of trouble?
Will you just read the letter?
Inform you that your application for candidacy... Oh, how wonderful. You've been accepted for something I never even knew you applied for. When did you do that?
When I got back from Detroit. Watching those cops in action and talking to them gave me the feeling that I might be good at police work. And they gave me plenty of encouragement, and they told me if I ever needed to apply in my hometown, just let them know, and they'd give me a good recommendation. I guess it worked, huh?
And you took him up on it.
You bet I did.
You can't be serious about it. You're serious about it. It's just the kind of job you would like.
I've already made up my mind, Stephanie.
Then unmake it. I can't allow you to do it.
What is this allow stuff? I don't need a note from my mother to join the police academy.
I am not going to allow you to make a mistake that's going to ruin the rest of your life. You'll never find a job with as much advancement as this job has. Not ever in the police department.
Look, Stephanie, I don't like it here. I mean, this is not me. You pulled strings to get me in here, right? Well, nobody ever asked me what I wanted. I mean, you may be able to pull strings when it comes to me doing right by Kristen, but you can't pull strings when it comes to this. Now, if I'm going to change jobs, I'm going to change jobs, and you have nothing to say about it.
Is that what you think I did? Just pushed you and pulled you so I could get my own way?
Look, I know you mean well, but
Having my own way is not the important thing here. The important thing is that you do the right thing. And you did. It was the right thing for you to marry Kristen. And sure, all right, I set up a trust fund for you, and I got you a job. And I did it so you could be generous to your new family. Do you want him to settle for second best all the time? I thought you would appreciate it. What's the harm in that?
I think you know where the harm is.
No, I don't know where the harm is. You tell me.
It doesn't matter what's right if I didn't make any of the choices myself. I mean, I see something that I know I can be happy in, that I can be proud of myself in. I have to make that choice. Don't you see that?
Police work is dangerous.
Look, I'll survive. I mean, I survived getting knocked around in gyms and training camps, didn't I? I can take care of myself.
Honey, think about it. You're going to be going into neighborhoods, those awful, awful neighborhoods, day after day. It's demoralizing.
Yes, I know, but there's got to be days when you feel like you've done some good, too, you know? And that wouldn't be too demoralizing, now, would it?
Yeah, but think of the long hours. I mean, just like next year, I can just imagine you on New Year's Eve sitting out there in some freezing patrol car trying to arrest some old drunken driver to make him walk a straight line. I can't think of anything more dreary than that.
I can. Look, Stephanie, it's what I want. I mean, I know this isn't going to be a picnic, but I can be a good cop. I know that in my heart, and that's what I'm going to do.
What does Kristen think about it?
Well, she's not too choked up about it, but I don't think she's going to fight me on it.
I would imagine that she would like you to keep this job.
I don't really care what Kristen thinks. Now, I'm here until the end of the week. And then you find yourself a new floor manager, okay?
What can I say?
How about good luck? But you don't have time for that. Got to get back to the studio. Catch you later.
What did I do to deserve this? Hello, Kristen. It's Stephanie. How are you feeling, dear? No, I'm fine, yeah. Yeah, I thought maybe we should meet for lunch. I think there's something we have to work out, a little strategy.
What do you mean they're not what you had in mind?
They're not current enough. Invoices up to the middle of '82 aren't good enough. I need stuff that covers what I was doing over the summer, right when I first came to town.
You mean July, August, September?
That's right.
I thought you wanted material enough to cover the whole business career of yours.
I did, but I said I also wanted something current. Anything that proves that I was in international commodities. How soon can you get it?
Oh, well, now, I don't think there'll be any problem. Is tomorrow soon enough?
Tomorrow's fine.
Well, then, by tomorrow, you'll have enough material to convince the most hardened cynic. All I have to do is make a telephone call. It'll even be enough to impress your little Susie.
Well, I'm not impressed. So stop trying to bowl me over. When are you going to realize that not everybody is going to fall all over themselves just because you think you can control the world from one phone call?
Still bitter, Carter. Listen, I don't expect gratitude, but I do expect you to listen to what I have to say next.
Oh, what's that?
Well, Susie may be impressed by those proofs, but she'll be even more impressed by the position you're going to take. Would you care to hear about it?
What position? I'm not taking any new jobs you're handing out, Centel, so forget it. After this African deal goes down, that's it. I'm out. I shouldn't have to repeat myself.
But you haven't even heard my offer yet. This is different from anything you've ever been involved in before.
Different? How?
Well, this has all the trappings of white-collar success. You'll have your own private office, name on the door. Why, Susie could come to visit from time to time. Why, she could even open an account.
An account? My cover is commodities. What are you talking about, a brokerage house?
A bank, Carter. A very legitimate bank, which I'm going to open here in Henderson soon. There'll be a branch in the Cayman Islands, of course, but I'll want you here in the main office, sort of in an executive position, so to speak.
You're opening a bank, huh? Well, something tells me it's not just because you're tired of putting your money in other people's banks, or you always wanted to grow up to be a banker.
Of course, you're right. The business of the bank will not only be the legitimate day-to-day business, but we'll also be doing a little subtle laundering.
Ah, I thought so. Yeah, laundering money. And you want me to be a part of it? You must think I'm crazy.
Why? I thought you'd jump at the idea to have a highly visible, very good, lucrative position in a bank.
And leave a trail of papers a mile wide? Forget it. You know as well as I do, the FBI is cracking down everywhere, especially on stuff like this. They're watching the money move and they're tracing it right back to the source.
Yeah, the trick is to keep one step ahead, which I've always managed to do, eh?
Well, I've always traveled light and I've always dealt in cash, so no deal.
Why are you so hostile, Carter? We could be a highly lucrative partnership.
Oh, right. Right, being partners with you. Nothing to compare with it, huh? Sort of like being partners with a boa constrictor. You took my money, you invested it into something that you're being very careful about, being very vague about, and while I'm waiting for a payoff that never comes, you try to suck me into a lousy, phony bank business, and you wonder why I'm hostile. I don't think we have anything more to discuss.
Oh, you mean to tell me that you're no longer interested in those doctored papers you need by tomorrow?
You know something? When you get a hold on somebody, you really like to rub it in, don't you?
Oh, no. I was only wondering about those papers. If you really wanted them, I'd be happy to oblige.
Yes, I want them. You know I do.
Good. Then you shall have them. All I ask is that you mull over this idea about being in the banking business. If you give it some unemotional thought, you might find it very attractive. Good day, Carter.
Can't cut it. There'll be too much of a hole there.
Oh, let me get this. Hello?
Oh, great. You're home. Hi, this is Tony.
Tony, hi.
Listen, I got some great news for you. You ever hear of Danny Lipton?
Name sounds familiar. Danny Lipton. Oh, that's Danny Lipton. Yeah, what about him?
Well, I just thought you might like to meet him. Seems like he's pretty anxious to meet you.
You spoke to Danny Lipton about me?
That's right. And he set aside some time for you, Liza. I couldn't believe it. Usually it's easier to get in to see the President of the United States than this man.
I can't believe this. It's wonderful. Wait a minute. Am I going to have time to shape up my songs? I've been working as fast as I can.
No. Listen, babe, we got to go with what we got on this one. You don't understand. Lipton wants to see you the day after tomorrow.
What?
That's right, the day after tomorrow. Now listen, tell me you can be here.
Tony, it's wonderful news, but I mean, with New Year's Eve and everything, it's just such short notice.
Yes, I understand that, Liza, but that's the way it is sometimes in this business. Remember what I told you? You gotta strike while the iron is hot. You can't pass up this opportunity.
Look, are you sure this is the only time he could see me? How about next week or the week after?
No. This is the guy you don't put off, Liza. He wouldn't take to it real well. Besides, I already told him you'd be here. I figured you wouldn't want to miss a chance like this.
You already told him I'd be there. Oh, right. I'll be there. I'll call the airline. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, sensational, terrific. Listen, I will set this up with Lipton the exact time when you get here. Liza, you're going to be very glad that you did this.
Thanks, Tony. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Yeah?
Are you sure I'm doing the right thing?
Yeah. I mean, I gather that you're meeting Danny Lipton, right? Then definitely pack your music and start packing. Go.
I don't know. I mean, the New Year's Eve party, hadn't finished the arrangement. I can't leave all that on Rusty.
Are you crazy? What's more important, a party or your career? Go for it. You can call somebody that can make the arrangements.
You know, you're right. Of course you're right. Would you listen to me? I am sounding just like my father-in-law would expect me to sound. Some kind of dilettante party hostess. Oh, I'll show him who the dilettante is around here. I am going to New York. And I am going to come home with a recording contract. And I am going to make my father-in-law, Rusty Centel Sr., toast to me on New Year's Eve.
All right.
I guess I should have ordered the fish, but I was really in the mood for a bacon cheeseburger.
Go ahead and indulge yourself. You look very healthy.
I feel great.
It's
about time for you to get into maternity outfits now, isn't it? Have you been shopping?
No, not yet. See, we don't want to spend any more money than Brian's making, so I'm trying not to buy anything until I really need it.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, what are a few maternity outfits? That's what the trust is for. You don't have to wait until the baby comes.
I know, but Brian just really doesn't seem to want to touch that money. We're doing okay on what he earns.
Can't believe that. Brian is so stubborn. Now he wants to join the police force. I almost died from the news.
Yeah, I know. That kind of shocked me, too.
Well, obviously, we have to do something about it. It's a very good thing I know the police commissioner.
What do you mean?
Well, when I explain it to him, I can make him understand that Brian has made a big mistake.
Stephanie, what do you mean? You could go to the commissioner and do what? Have him reconsider Brian's application or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. When I explain it to him, he may find that Brian is unsuitable for police work.
You can't do that.
Watch me. Now we have to think about what you're going to do. I would concentrate on the dangerous aspects of it, like you're afraid he might get hurt in the line of duty or something, and it would upset you and affect your health, you know, the baby.
No, Stephanie, I'm sorry. I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do it? You want Brian on the police force?
Well, no, I don't
Well,
want
now's
to...
the time to do something. If we wait, it'll be too
No,
late.
but you don't... Stephanie, I'm sorry. You don't understand. Well, Brian's my husband. I can't stop him. Well, look, I want this marriage to work, and if I keep trying to handle everything myself, then I can't do what you're asking.
You mean you won't even try?
I'm sorry. He's my husband. I'm not going to go behind his back.
Like the bacon cheeseburger?
She did.
Are you kidding? I've even heard of Danny Lipton. He's quite a businessman.
Dane says he's one of the biggest.
Although it's a little strange that he has to see you this week.
Well, darling, it's just, you know, he travels an awful lot, and he just happens to be in New York right now, so Tony thought we should take advantage of that.
Well, he's probably in New York fairly often, wouldn't you think?
Oh, Rusty, Sweetheart, I hated to try and reschedule things because I was afraid Tony would tell George that I really wasn't serious about a music career. And it's like falling back after building all this momentum.
You're right. Go.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, though, to leave you right now. I mean, with all the last-minute arrangements for the New Year's Eve party.
You've made a very complete list. I should be able to handle it. Besides, you shouldn't be thinking about party lists. You should be thinking about your music.
Oh, I should, yes.
Just promise me you will.
Oh, I will certainly try. That is, if I'm not thinking about how much I miss my husband. Oh, goodness, and I will if he doesn't stop kissing me like this.
He can't help it.
I think I have to tear myself away.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I'm coming. Yes, hello.
Hello, Liza. It's Rusty. Listen, I was wondering if you and Travis would care to join me for dinner tomorrow night.
Well, thank you so much for the invitation, but I won't even be in town. I have to go back to New York.
Oh?
Yes, you see, I have an audition with Mr. Danny Lipton.
Oh, yes, I've heard of him. Well, you're moving very fast in the music circles. Sounds promising.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, the last I heard, however, you were still working on some of your material. Will that be ready in time?
I'll have to do my best, I guess. I would like to have more time, but you see, I just got the call today.
Well, perhaps you can just gloss over the rougher spots and he won't even notice.
Yes, perhaps I can. Would you like to speak to your son? Hold on. Your father.
Hi. Oh, dinner? Well, I think Liza mentioned to you that she's going to be leaving town. Yeah. Well, you know, I think I'm going to have to call you back. Yeah. Right. Bye.
How sweet of you to come all the way over here and invite me in person. And I'd love to go.
Well, New Year's Eve is a special evening, and I know how you feel about champagne.
And kissing at midnight. Kissing anytime. Oh, this is wonderful. Gives me something to look forward to. Today has been a disaster.
Oh, what's the matter?
Oh, it's Brian this time. He's decided to change careers.
What's that?
He wants to join the police force.
Really? Well, I think that's marvelous. Brian make a fine policeman.
Marvelous. Well, what about dangerous, depressing? Wouldn't wish that kind of a life on anybody.
Well, then you shouldn't join the police force. Obviously, you're not cut out for it. But I think Brian is. You could do a very nice service for this town. You ought to be proud that he wants to take the responsibility.
Martin, why can't you ever see my point of view when it comes to my children? And don't even answer that. I know exactly how you feel. You think I interfere in their lives too much.
Today it's...
I don't want to hear it.
Today it's Brian. The other day it was Wendy.
It's still Wendy. Wendy doesn't know it yet. But Keith McNeil is going to go, or I'm going to die trying.
Oh, no, I really don't think that's a very proper attitude.
I don't have to explain my attitude to anybody. I do what I think is right. Wendy's tall friend doesn't know it, but he is on his way out. O-U-T.